guess it's just hard. It's harder and harder to do things about these policies that's been implemented all over the United States of America, especially when they bring so much profit.
Yeah.
What people don't realize, I always said this, there is profit in poverty.
Yes. Yes. There's profit in gun violence.
Which is a part of it.
Yeah.
Which is a part of it. Guns. Okay, I'm quite sure you've heard about, what was his name? David Webb? Is that his name? That
I don't know who that is.
he was a journalist. He was a journalist, that the one that found out about the CIA dumping
Yes.
drugs into the LA area and using that money to finance all their covert type things that the government wouldn't finance.
Yep.
That is how the crack epidemic started.
Yep.
It was started by the government. If you go by what David Webb talked about. Now, David Webb is no longer with us because he was told to stand down and stop this. Don't write about this no more. Now the man is dead.
Yep.
And do you know, every year on my social media, I send out his picture. Every year.
Wow.
I send out his picture because I read his story. And that's a real journalist who put his life on the line because he discovered something, put it out there that nobody wanted him to put out there. That's a hero.
Yeah.
That's a hero. So, to turn people against themselves, to make people fight themselves over drugs, over peanuts, we let you guys make peanuts and kill yourselves. Not only we would put you guys in jail for nothing to keep the prison industrial complex going, we will also make policy that I can put you in jail for nothing. And
That came from slavery.
Right. And yeah, and every judge and prosecutor and everybody within these cities and stuff, everybody's in on it. And we're crying and dying.
Yep.
And nobody can fight against that. My thing is this, and my question to you is this. How do we combat that? Or can we?
So I can't, I tend to be, even though I've been through so much, I tend to be an optimist, right? I think
Okay.
we can get above some of this stuff, but it's going to. So first, let me say, we have some good leaders doing good work, but a lot of times they stand alone, right? And there's some wonderful people in Philadelphia doing good work, legislators doing good work, but in most instances they stand alone. So my suggestion has been to the people is, let's start running our own candidates, right? Let's start picking our own grassroots people. When we got these people who hold these positions and they just keeping it because it's a job, and they just do a chicken dinner or a barbecue, and that's the only time you see them is when it's election time, they need to go.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, like Biden, he's been around for about 50 years, huh?
Well, Biden is actually the one who propelled mass incarceration. A lot of people.
Yes, in the 70s. In the 70s.
And he apologized, but we made him president. We keep recycling the same old white people over. Hillary is the one that named our children super predators.
Exactly. But she carries some hot sauce in her purse everywhere she goes.
And that's the best we can do. This is the best we can do. We got people running for office who used to be Republicans, and they changed their party because they knew they couldn't go as high as they wanted to in office. And we ate that. We bought it.
I think Hillary was a Republican back in the 60s.
What? I think she was.
I think she was Barry Goldwater?
Yeah.
I think she was a Goldwater Republican.
I think she was. But we even have that happening now.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying. You called her name, and I was like, oh, she carrying around hot sauce. Oh, I carry hot sauce everywhere I go.
That's insulting.
Don't lie to me. And who cares anyway?
Even if it's true, it's insulting.
I'm saying, you carry salt and pepper with you too?
Right.
And mayonnaise? What you gonna make? A hamburger or something while you on the road? I mean, who cares? Pickle jar? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out That's insulting. Oh, she carry hot sauce. I really like you
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. You ain't like me. You can't even understand what it is to be like me, coming from
Oh
poverty.
no,
You can't
I'm
understand.
saying when they go on these shows,
Yes.
especially these African American media outlets, and they say something like that, and I don't know who wrote that in, and we don't check them, because if it had been me, oh, I would have. Everything I just said a few minutes ago, I would have said to her, "Oh, what about the,
Right.
salt and what about the salt and pepper? You know, yeah, you carry hot sauce with you, but you be damned if you had to go in a restaurant that's owned by somebody that look like me.
Right.
Go sit down,
Right.
Hillary. Go sit her ass down, her and Bill Clinton and that crooked crook. Go sit down. But be that as it may, that's just what what the way I'm looking at things objectively, because you have to do anything in this country, as you well know, to make any kind of progress, as you well know, you have to have some kind of political engagement. It's not going to happen by osmosis.
Yeah.
Now, when I do this show, let me tell you about a little thing I got going on my show. I want to see if you want to participate, because I think you could really, really help me out and be a big, intricate part of what I'm doing on this show. And I'm getting it started. It's called reparations. Okay?
Mm.
A lot of people like to talk about reparations. 40 acres on a horse and all that. Now, you know what I tell them? I don't want none of that. You know what I want?
What?
I want 44 million African Americans. Give me my reparations. You give me my own state.
I know that's right.
I want one state out of the union. And you know who gave me this idea?
Who?
Lex Luthor on the Batman movie. Because he told the three people that came from Krypton, I will give you the son of Jarrell if you give me Australia. Okay?
Wow.
So I'm like Lex Luthor. We've given you all this work and built this country to be as
Yes,
great as
on
it
our
is now.
backs.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want no mules. Why you give me a mule anyway? What's wrong with a real horse? And I don't want no 40 acres out in the desert somewhere. Okay? I want the state of Iowa, or either I want the state of Wyoming, because I'd have been to both of them and ain't nobody even there. Okay? And we're gonna move everybody in the United States. Some of us are not they're not gonna come. We know they're not. So y'all stay on over there anyway. But the rest of us, like Moses, okay? Like Moses, we're leaving. With the chickens and the hogs, we're leaving. And we're going to Stevieville. Then after that, because see, I'm taking my coalition to the United Nations. Now, I'm taking to the United Nations. Yeah, and I'm gonna be sitting up there like Colin Powell when he sit up there telling everybody what they had over in Iraq and they didn't have nothing. I'm gonna be sitting right there, and I'm gonna have all the facts and figures put together. And my coalition of people, maybe you might be on my coalition. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna make this case, and then everybody in that state, whichever one we choose, got to leave. You're going to have to leave because we coming. And once we get, and then we will still be a part of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That way we'll all do for ourselves, and we will trade with you. You know what I'm saying? And we will do work with you. We will collaborate on many things. But we will be building ourselves up. And we will have our 2 senators, and we will have our congressmen, and we have me, of course, because I'm overseeing everything, I got to oversee everything. And, have our meetings and stuff like that, and you guys go on up to D.C. and, make us proud. But after you get through doing your work in D.C., you come back home. And then we send someone else. Because you think you're going to have this job forever. You are sadly mistaken. It's going to be like it used to be in the United States of America, where you went and represented your community and your state and your city and your town. And after you get through doing your civil duties, you come home and we'll send somebody else. So that is what Stevieville is going to be like. And on top of that, We will still be able to vote within the structure of this country. But this is the thing. We are not influenced by Democrats or Republicans.
Mm.
We are pretty much what we will do, me and my coalition, we will get with the people and we will discuss everything we need as far as community things go and building our state together. But we will sit down with both parties. And whichever one of these parties want to deal with us and promise us this and promise us that, it's just straight business now. No more emotions involved. No more history involved. No more legacy involved. It's straight business now.